I don't think they running at my pace. Jordan 1s, gotta keep them laced. If she bad, I might have to get a taste. Whip go vroom, all set, I'm on a chase. I don't think they running at my pace. Jordan 1s, gotta keep them laced. If she bad, I might have to get a taste. Whip go vroom, all set, I'm on a chase. That's the way. I said I'ma do it, I'ma get it anyways. All I do is work, I got this money on my brain. I don't like to talk, I just got way too much to say. They been trying to get me, I'ma get them out of the way. I said I'ma do it, I'ma go and get it back. We got in a whip, then I went and hit the dash. I've been thanking God for this life that I done had. I don't need opinions, dog, I only need a facts. It's real, dog, sitting still, dog. They in they feels, dog. I got these bills, dog. Need a meal, dog. If they wantin' less, it's no deal, dog. I don't think they running at my pace. Jordan 1s, gotta keep them laced. If she bad, I might have to get a taste. Whip go vroom, all set, I'm on a chase. I don't think they running at my pace. Jordan 1s, gotta keep them laced. If she bad, I might have to get a taste. Whip go vroom, all set, I'm on a chase.
I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I want the money, the power, respect, and I heard you know so-and-so, you not a threat, cause I really know so-and-so. They like my family, so they go pretend that they cool till they bust at your motherfucking chest. I'm getting gutter, my flow been like butter, my check in the bank. They see the number, all of my haters feel one of two ways. Really upset or they show some respect. I can't even think about it, I've been up, so read about it. No beat around it, straight to it, no ring around it. You coming for me, we'll see about it. We'll never see it when I get my feet up. 100 meters where I run the fee up, and go ka-ching and nana mana pia. I had to re-up on a reel, so you stay defeated, and put it back into the bit, cause I don't really need it. I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check. I had to put all their egos in check. You're not entitled to anything else. I get 10 years of this under my belt. Your art isn't art, they don't feel it, and nobody hears it. Initiative stay on the shelf, your ego done got in the way. It gotta die today. It gotta go. You should be happy I lighten the load. The weight of your arrogance, heavy as stone. I make an appearance, they already know. That chip on your shoulder gon' crumble and fold, yeah. It's not a secret that you have been fearing the shit that I'm on, so you back to the brag and the boast. But I'm in a class of my own. I heard they checking for me, no one checking on me, so I had to go run up a check. I got the message on me, ain't no flexing on me, my attorney gon' call and collect. Blessings on blessings for me, my successes only made them envious, they got upset. I had to put all their egos in check.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy. On the road, here we go, yeah we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and the and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ. What is going on, Candle Mafia? Thank you all for tuning in on tonight's show. I appreciate every single one of you guys for spending your precious time here with your boy Frankie Candles and the rest of the Candle Mafia to do 2 hours of TA. Never mind. I was going to say, never mind. Anyway, shout out to Dave Digital for that super chat. He says, second. I appreciate that super chat, Dave Digital, but you were also first, weren't you? Shout out to Dave. I appreciate that super chat. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for spending your precious time with us, as I said. And we got a great show for you guys tonight. We're going to be taking a look at the key levels on Bitcoin. Now, as you guys know, somebody said it in chat a little bit earlier. They were like, Frankie, poke Bitcoin with a stick. Poke these candles with a stick. They are sleeping on us. And they absolutely are, guys. We are basically sitting, we're basically sitting right where we've been hanging out for the past, yeah, we're just bing-bonging around in that sideways range. But we're going to take a look at kind of what I'm looking at on the indicators and what I am expecting coming up in the next couple of days for Bitcoin. Are we going to get a move up? Are we going to get a bigger break to the downside? What the heck is going on? We're going to be taking a look at that. And then we'll take a look. We're going to be taking a look at XRP today as well as the rest of the altcoins. Shout out to Joe Farrar, said, thanks for the help yesterday. I watched that video on Fibs. Take care, Candle Mafia. Once I learn more, I may try the premium Discord. Shout out to Joe Farrar. Dude, thank you for that super chat, and I'm super happy that that video was able to help you out. Hopefully you got your Fib all set up with the right settings that you want. And yeah, super happy to hear that we were able to help you. So shout out to Joe, and thank you for that super chat. We do appreciate that. Let's see. Nas. Shout out to Fast and Furious. Nas says, give us some Dogecoin technical analysis. We could take a look at Dogecoin. Guys, I think, yeah, we're going to take a look at some of the altcoins. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin, XRP, ETH. We will take a look at Dogecoin, and then Quant and Phantom are going to be on the list tonight because we were supposed to look at them yesterday, and we just ran out of time. Shout out to Smurfy Video. Hey, Smurfy Video, you don't happen to be an editor, do you? But shout out to you. Hit me up in the Discord DMs if you are a video editor, and that goes for anybody in the Candle Mafia. We may be looking for some help with short form content. Specifically, we are looking for someone who has a lot of experience with motion graphics and stuff like that. So if anyone's interested or if anyone's capable, please hit me up hit me or Tony D up in the Discord DMs, and maybe we could get something going. We're definitely looking for some help. Shout out to Smurfy Video though. He says, says XRP to bounce from the 50 EMA on the daily is my thoughts. What do you think? Am I on the right lines? Thanks again, Mr. Frankie. Shout out to Smurfy Video. We will take a look at XRP. I will take a look at that 50 EMA and see if I am seeing the same thing you are. So stick around for that part of the stream. And shout out to Evan, says FCU. I don't have my FCU shirt on, but yeah, you guys can check out the Frankie Candle. You guys could go to Frankie Candles. There we go. FrankieCandles.com is our new merch store, guys. If you want to check that out before we jump into the charts, I'll just pull this up quick. I wasn't planning on this, but it just reminded me of the FCU shirt. If you guys go to FrankieCandles.com, you will come on to our new merch store. You could also still go to Hit Merch, but we do just have this new store open. And we got all of our t-shirts here. There's that Frankie Candles University shirt. And we got all our mugs, our Bing Bong mouse mats, which... I'll have to have a new one ever since I spilled that Aztecian cactus moss water all over mine. And then we got all this good stuff. We got the mugs. We got 3 different mugs. We got the hats. We got this dad hat on here. So definitely go ahead and check that out. This is a crowd favorite. We got to move this to the top of the page because this is an absolute crowd favorite, that hat. And then, yeah, I was wearing that shirt the other day. But yeah, go ahead and check that out, guys, if you are interested in supporting the channel and rocking some CandleMafia gear. Without further ado, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get to spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, where you guys will all have multiple chances to win some free crypto. I think it's just crypto at this point, but if we start hitting some like goals, we might go ahead and jack up that giveaway. But before we jump into the charts, guys, let's go ahead and jump into chat and see who we got in here today, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into the charts. Now, guys, I'm just going to say it. No promises. Let's just assume we're going to go the full 2 hours, but we might wrap up a little bit early tonight just because we'll at least go through the Bitcoin TA pretty quickly because there's not much that has changed since yesterday. But let's assume we're going for the full 2 hours, and then maybe we'll hop off early. We'll have to see what happens. I'm not guaranteeing anything anymore because you guys know all the time I'm like, it's going to be a short stream, guys. And then we wind up going forever. So we'll see what happens. But let's see who we got in here. We got Lloyd Roger. What is going on, man? Said Frankie ending the stream early, lol. And that's funny because I guess he probably made that joke before I even brought that up. So you guys know that's like clockwork. But yeah, shout out to you, man. Thank you for being here, Lloyd. We got Fibonacci Elavaca in the chat. What's going on, bro? Said gotta add the golden pocket. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Billy for the $9 super chat. We appreciate you so much, bro. He says, I was taught to give 10% of all gains. Shout out to FCU FYP and hashtag FYP and Givers Gain. Shout out to Crypto Billy, the absolute legend, guys. Show Billy some love in chat. And don't forget, on the topic of Crypto Billy, guys, don't forget our mods, Captain Kirk, Rob the Crypto Snob, Crypto Billy, Crypto Anon, Tony D, D Petty Crypto, Chemistry Bro, Tyler Durden. You guys know who they are. Show them some love in chat. We got maybe Band-Aid in here. What is going on, Band-Aid? Thank you for being here. And we're not sure if they're a Band-Aid, but they might be. Or maybe. Shout out to you, man. We got Crypto Cowboy in the house. What is going on, man? Bitcoin Billion, Mr. Frankie Candles. What is going on, man? Thank you for being here. Crypto Chucker Mike. As always, Bo. Is it Bo? I guess it's probably Bo, right? Bo S&W. We are shorting all together. Stop FOMO on Caspa and short it. Shout out to S&W. Appreciate you for being here. As always, man. We got Green Day Profits. Good to see you. We got Webby in the house. Who else we got? We got... Shout out to the clap in chat. BG in chat. King Peasant. Past, present, and future. What is going on? Captain Kirk has been texting me. Captain Kirk has been absolutely destroying the trades. Absolutely destroying. So shout out to Captain Kirk. Congrats on your wins. And Super Snoopy in the chat. Last but not least, shout out to Silly Willy. Says, love this channel. Silly Willy, I love you right back. Shout out to you, bro. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and, we got BX Bricklayer in the chat. Said, BX Bricklayer checking in XRP Bitcoin Bull, or XRP Bronx Bulls and the Bronx Bitcoin Bulls at Jimmy Two Shoes. Hey, BX Bricklayer, what is going on, bro? So good to see you in chat. We haven't seen you in a while. Happy you decided to pop in. We missed you, but we're happy you're here, man. Shout out to BX Bricklayer and tell Jimmy Two Shoes I said, what's up, my paisan? But guys, without further ado, shout out to Blockchain James. Says, best crypto channel. Oh, gosh, you shouldn't have. Shout out to Blockchain James. I appreciate you so much, man. But yeah, don't forget to smash the like button. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Hopefully you had a great day at work, Rob. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Did just start a new job, and it is also his birthday today, as it is every day. But guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the charts. Oh, here we are. I did not realize I was still showing my screen. But here we are, guys. Best TA channel for sure. Shout out to Wayne C. I appreciate that so much. Shout out to Nordic Luxury. He says, for real, though, best crypto channel out there. Guys, shout out to you guys. You guys are the best. Shout out to you guys. You guys are crazy. I appreciate you guys so much. But without further ado, Tony D, stop giving me your money. Tony D, I'm about to, guys, hang on. Guys, Tony D sometimes likes to super chat me, and I don't know why. Like, why $1, Tony? Why are you giving me your $1? And I'm not going to tell you guys exactly what I'm doing, but let's just say I'm pulling up a bank app right now. And I'm going to go ahead and send Tony his money back. And, okay, go ahead. Keep sending them. Keep sending it, Tony, because your $1 is going to, your $2 is going to get returned now. So I would watch yourself there, my friend. Let's see here. Shout out to Sulta. Thank you for INJ, please. You're the best. Shout out to Sulta. We could definitely take a look at INJ. No problem. Tony or Rob, if you guys could just keep that on the radar. Guys, let me just quick pay Tony D really quickly so he stops super chatting me. What is it for? It's for stop giving me your money. Except there's a typo. It says stop giving men your money. And there we go. All right. I just go ahead, Tony. Keep playing this game. I just sent it to you. Keep playing this game. But low-key don't, because I'll go broke eventually. But anyway, no, Tony, yeah, shout out to Tony D. He said, I will legit block you from Zelle. Not a chance, pal. Not a chance. I'll just start leaving cash in your car. Shout out to Tony D. For real, stop sending me your money. But keep that money I just sent you, because, whatever. Anyway, stop telling us what to do. Shout out to Maybe Band-Aid. No, stop giving me your money, please. Shout out to Maybe Band-Aid. I do appreciate that. But, guys, we got 461 people in here. So, guys, let me know if Tony D super chats again, because I'm going to send him money. I sent him more than $2 because I want him to stop. So, why did you? Yo, I didn't send 20, dude. Your math ain't mathing. No, that wasn't 20. Dude, I sent you $2. I did not send you $20. And you super... Hang on, guys. I got to super... Hang on. Now I'm going to super chat Tony again. I swear we're going to get into the TA, guys. I swear we're going to get into the TA, but Tony D... guys, Tony D is on the payroll. He can't be super chatting me with his own money. Super chat me from the Frankie Candles account. Tony D, stop it. But he just sent me $2, so I'm sending him more money. And this one is for, I don't know. I'm just going to put a heart. Shout out to Tony D. I didn't send him $20, guys. I sent him... I only sent him $2. I just sent him another $2. It said, you have a pending payment with the same info. Is this the right thing? Yes. Send it to him. Let's go. Guys, I'm going to be broke in a minute. But anyway, shout out to Tony T. I'm just kidding, guys. Oh, hey, shout out to Dave Digital. Guys, get your eyeballs out of the chat. Shout out. Oh, my God. Creators Crypto. Thank you for the gifted membership. I always want to say gifted sub. And shout out to Evans for getting that gifted membership. Shout out to Creators Crypto. Thank you for gifting those. Crypto Billy, thank you for the super chat. And Dave Digital, thank you for the super chat. Tony, stop sending me money. Anyway, guys, oh, God. Bitcoin Billion said Frankie Candles is the greatest goat alive. Blah, 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 blah. I'm a goat. Guys, if you didn't know, that's the sound that goats make. That's what I think, okay? Shout out to Captain Kurt. Thank you so much for the super chat, Cap. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the absolute best. I really do appreciate the super chats. But yes, Nas, we will take a look at Dogecoin. We got you, brother. All right, here we go. Blah, blah, blah. That's not a turkey, it's a goat. Sounded like a turkey. You're right. It does sound more like a turkey. Tony D. All right, Tony D. I'm going to do the TA, but I could go back and check the super chats. If you keep super chatting, I will continue to send you money. Anyway, here we go, guys. Let's end Panda Storm with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Panda Storm. You're the absolute best. Green Day Prophet said, "Oh man, this is great." Shout out to Panda Storm. I appreciate that so much. Is Bitcoin going up or down, Frankie? And shout out to CM Joker. It's a great question. And on that note, let's go ahead and jump right into the charts here, guys. And stop sending Stop having a battle with Tony. All right, so here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and turn off the TA here. And shout out to Cheeks for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate you, Cheeks. Thank you so much for that. And shout out to everybody that just got a membership. But guys, let's go ahead and zoom out here on our weekly time frame and take a look at what is going on. And here we are, right? Obviously, we have our weekly bear div confirmed here. Now, again, not much has changed here on the higher time frame. So, weekly money flow is still flat. But again, you want to remember that our money flow on not only the 4-day, but the 3-day crossing over into the red. The 4-day is starting to come out. Your 3-day money flow is back in the red on top of your 2-day and your 3-day money flow in the red. Now, this would potentially indicate, guys, that we are going to get a continued move to the downside, which obviously you guys know if you watched the show yesterday. And my sentiment remains exactly the same today, right? I do think that this macro uptrend will continue, right? Same old song and dance here. Until we start breaking some very key levels down here at about 25K, I will expect this uptrend to continue. But I do think we could potentially still have some more room to come down before putting in that higher low and coming back to the upside. So we're going to go quickly over Bitcoin, take a look at the key levels to the downside, take a look at the indicators, see if we could kind of get those probabilities, look at the bearish case, look at the bullish case, and then see if we can figure out which way is the higher probability or what side is the higher probability bet. And then we will, then we can actually make some money here. Shout out to Nordic said inhaler emoji would be hilarious. Yeah, that would be really funny. So here we are, guys. This daily was printing a red dot, and then it unprinted, right? So this red dot has been flashing, I believe, since yesterday. It has been flashing on and off, and we just continue to go in a straight line. Now, I do just want to say, guys, all the way since Monday the 13th of March, we've essentially, I would say like Friday the 17th of March, we've essentially been going sideways, right? Like when you zoom out enough, like we're essentially just stuck in a giant sideways range here, right? Which obviously is exemplified by this volume profile, and we will get into those levels in just a second. But we just been going sideways, guys, for, how long has this been all the way to here? 139 days of just almost completely sideways action other than these, massive rip to the upside, sideways action for a month. Other than that, it's just basically been more or less just binging and bonging in a sideways range. But for another significant move to the downside, guys, we are going to take a look at that key level that I'm watching for another bounce to come in. But, what I would look for that move to the downside to begin is going to be that daily red dot. So take a look at the 16-hour. We are getting a VWAP flip here, which could be a pretty good sign for Bitcoin because that red dot on the 16-hour was actually pretty bearish, being that the money flow was in the red. But now as we have money flow crossing into the green, the 16-hour green dot actually does look pretty good. But you definitely want, when you see these VWAP flips or flops, and by VWAP flop or flip, I am essentially just referring to the VWAP coming below the zero line and then instantly coming right back up over that zero line, giving us a red dot and then an immediate green dot right after that. And then a VWAP flop would be the opposite, where you pop above the zero line and then go right back below, printing a green dot followed by an immediate red dot. And what this says to me, guys, is potentially, at least in the medium to short term, that the bears were trying to push price down here and it just didn't want to go down. And the bulls just came right back, fought it all the way back to the upside, and now we have this fresh green dot. So that would be a decently good sign. And moving down to your 12-hour, looking for a green dot here as well. And as you guys know, when you get those 16-hour and 12-hour green dots, a lot of the time what you can do is come down to some of these hourly time frames, such as the 1 hour, such as the 45-minute, and you can look for those money flow crossovers into the green. Now, obviously, the 1 hour did get that money flow crossover into the green, so that would be a pretty good confirmation that we may get a little bit of a short-term move up based off that 16-hour green dot. And then looking at the 45-minute, your money flow actually doesn't look that great. But if this money flow starts to curve back to the upside as we get that 12-hour green dot, that could indicate that, I would like to see that. if we are going to get a continued move up here, that 16-hour green dot is a good, a kind of a good sign, but I would really like to see this 12-hour green dot print, as well as having that 45-minute money flow come back up, because right now, this 45-minute money flow looks as bad as it gets, right? It's just coming straight out. So moving on here, and as we are starting to get a little bit more of a move to the downside here, take a look at the 30-minute money flow. Now, 30-minute money flow is definitely generally curving to the upside, right? And anytime you're confused on this money flow, guys, obviously you can just go ahead and draw a diagonal line and figure out if you're making higher lows, which we are currently doing here. Now, money flow did fake back out into the red, but generally we're coming up here. And let's take a look at some of these medium hourly time frames. So, yeah. Whoops. Let me go ahead and get rid of this arrow. Green dot printing on the 8-hour with your 30-minute money flow crossover into the green. So if we can get this money flow coming back up, as this VWAP on the 30-minute curves back to the upside and looks for that green dot crossing over the 0 line, I would be looking for money flow crossing over into the green. If we could get this money flow to cross over into the green on the 30-minute, at the same time as this 8-hour green dot printing, we still have 2 hours for that money flow on the 30-minute to cross into the green. But if we do get that, guys, I would look for another move to the upside. Now, with that being said, let's take a look at kind of those key levels. And I do just want to really break down what I'm looking at here because, again, things are actually getting a little bit murky, right? Things are getting a little bit confusing. We have the daily red. Now the daily red dot's printing, right? So we got the daily red dot printing. But then our 16-hour green dot, now our 16-hour green dot has disappeared. So right now it is a little bit of a dicey situation. And I'll be honest, guys, other than these... I got to call Ben and TJ real quick, guys. Hang on. I got to talk about Tony's future employment plans. Oh, no, wait a second. Dave Digital said, Tony, check Discord. Dave is fired. Dave is fired. Yo, they put an inhaler emoji. No way. No way. Oh, my God. You guys are too much. I'm going to pretend I don't see that. And Dave Digital, I'm texting the police, bro. I'm texting the police on you. Unbelievable. It wasn't me. Shout out to Dave Digital. Let's go. Okay. Oh, God. All right. I'm going to come back to chat in a second, guys, but let's talk about Bitcoin for a second here. This is a sketchy, this whole region here. Let's go ahead and zoom into the 4-hour. Now, basically, guys, the levels I'm looking at right now locally is just going to be this sideways range, right? Now, what happens if, shout out to Bitcoin Billion. Thank you for the super chat. Goat farts. Let's go. Shout out to Bitcoin Billion. I appreciate you. Oh, God. I'm ignoring these. Okay, yeah. We'll check out Litecoin when we get to the altcoins. No problem. But yeah, oh, God. Yeah, Tony D's going in the corner. Tony D, you're going back in the cage. Hey, shout out to Bailey Armstrong. Said, Frank, you're looking absolutely stunning. Bailey, you look absolutely stunning as well. And I will say, guys, this. Bailey Armstrong, Ben's brother, legitimately Ben's brother, we're going to shout him out. At the end of the stream, we're going to shout Bailey Armstrong out for a very specific reason. But shout out to Bailey. Thank you for being here, bro. But, guys, these are the local levels that I'm looking at on Bitcoin. I cannot believe there's an inhaler emoji right now. But these are the local levels we're looking at. Your value area high is coming in at $29,477. And your value area low is coming in at about $29.82, right? $29,082. And then your POC is sitting here right at about $29,288. These are the local levels I'm looking at, guys. And until we break out of this range, I am not expecting anything too crazy to happen with Bitcoin. And we're going to talk about what happens if we do break up or break down. But right now, guys, I would actually have to say, see, 16-hour green dot is printing. Right now, things are dicey. Things are confusing looking. We're getting the green dots printing on, printing off, and then the daily red dot is printing, printing, and then unprinting, and then unprinting, and then unprinting. So really, what I'm looking at here is, daily money flow right back to the downside. Again, let's look at some of the lower time frames. Yeah, even like the 2-hour. 2 hour looking for the red dot here. Actually going to get a pretty nice trigger wave here as your money flow comes down. I would have to say short term, I am leaning a little bit more bearish as your 45-minute money 45-minute red dot is printing. Your 90-minute is looking for that red dot. Your 1 hour printing that red dot, 2 hour looking for the red dot, 3 hour looking for the red dot, and your 4 hour also pretty aggressively curving out with your VWAP. So I would be very, very cautious of a move to the downside here on Bitcoin, guys, just in the short term, right? Because, and especially with that daily red dot, which is now gone, as you can see, this is very indecisive. So, really for a significant move to the downside, and we're going to talk about, where that level is likely going, that next level of support is likely to be, but if we get this move to the downside, if the 1, 2, 3, 4 hour red dots, as well as some of these other higher hourly time frames do wind up giving us a move down, and we wind up breaking this sideways range, there are some very specific levels I'm looking at, and we'll go over them in just a second. But I would say in the short term, based off these red dots on the hourly time frames, I would expect a potential another move down, at least in the short term. Now, I don't know if that move is going to break the range, but in the short term, I would expect that move to the downside, based off these medium time frames, right? 4 hour red dot would likely start a bigger move. If we were going to break this range, I will be looking at two things. The 4 hour red dot, I think, will likely start that move to the downside if we're going to break this range, again, to the downside. And then as that 4 hour decides to break down, that's kind of where maybe you start to see your daily red dot confirm or continue to print. And then eventually, once that 4 hour red dot does break you below the range, maybe that daily red dot is the thing that drops you to our next key level, which brings us to the key levels, guys. Which brings us to these key levels. And the next key level I am looking at, again, remains exactly the same as yesterday, and that is going to be our golden pocket POC confluence right down here between about $28,407 and $28,042. POC down at the bottom end of that range, and the golden pocket starting at the top of that blue box. So if we do wind up getting that red dot to print and we get a bigger move to the downside, I will look for support within this blue box. So I do think that is the next likely place to get support if we do break down. And if I pull up the fresh chart here and we take a look at that macro range, we can go ahead and welcome to Hitman, maybe Band-Aid. Thank you for getting that. We appreciate you, brother. We got 661 people in here, guys. If we get 550 likes on tonight's live stream, I will spin that wheel 15 times. Let's go. Let's see. So let's go ahead and let me go ahead and pull this range, right? So as we're looking at this macro range, guys, we do have to realize that this is essentially a very big volume profile. And this is why we were expecting to potentially get a move down, was because we lost the value area high. And when you lose that value area high, you are likely to start your journey. And I say journey for a reason, guys, because it's not always as simple as this, right? When you flip that value area low to support, you are expecting Creighton C. Wait, hang on. I haven't seen Creighton C, guys. Looney in the chat. What is going on, bro? Is Creighton C here today? Creighton C, show yourself if you're here today. There he is. POC. Let's go. Shout out to Creighton C. When you hold that value area low as support, you're looking to hold it and then get a move to your POC, and then eventually get a move up to your value area high. Now, right here, guys, this basically happened in a straight line, but it's not always that simple. More often than not, what will happen is something like this, where you lose your value area low, come down to the POC, lose the POC, bing bong around, come back to the high, back to the POC, back to the high, but eventually you are expecting to get a move back down to your value area low. This was an example of where it happened in a straight line, but it doesn't always happen like that, so just keep it in mind. But that's why I say start the journey, right? Because once you lose this value area high, you're looking for that move back into the range, and then you can look. This was something we were looking for the other day, and part of the reason why we were looking for that short position from all the way up here, at about $29,850, right? We were looking for a short here for more reason than one, but one of those big reasons was it was the bearish retest of the value area high. And if you guys are watching the stream, you will remember us talking about this amongst other reasons, right? There were also a bunch of other reasons why we were looking to short here. You don't just want to short based off of one thing, but we also had a lot of confluence at this level, right? We talked about this yesterday. When you pull your pull your volume profile that we were looking at previously, you can see your value area low is very, very close to your previous value area high. So if we go ahead and draw this, right? This is again, there was more reasons that we were looking for shorts here, but this was a pretty big reason, right? Even if I pull this micro range that we were looking at recently, that value area low is right in that area, together with the value area high and value area low. This makes this a very strong level. And just to add a little bit of confluence to that, if you pull your fib from the high to the low, you have a local golden pocket in perfect confluence with all of these levels, guys. Look how dense this level of resistance is, right? So just the fact that you have all this confluence of resistance in here makes this a strong level to look for a short. And the fact that you have your golden pocket in here makes it even better, because we know that if price was going to put in a lower high here, it would likely do it on a golden pocket or 786 retracement. And in this case, we went for the golden pocket, wicked up to the 786, and got a perfect rejection. And this is why, part of the reason why we were looking for a short here. Now, finding the actual entry confirmations was a little bit different, but this was why we were looking at this level. And then again, the reason I bring this up is because the fact that our macro value area high was in this area as well, makes it, doesn't only add to the validity of that resistance level, but it also gives us context into what is likely to happen if we do get a rejection there. Because now that we came up and we got that rejection at the level we were looking at with the golden pocket, understanding that was likely where a lower high would come in to continue a downtrend, but we also knew if we couldn't get back above the value area high of the macro range, that we would likely get accepted into this range and potentially begin our journey again to that POC, which is coming in at about $28,044. And obviously, we do have that golden pocket that is sitting right there as well, just above the POC. So that is where that blue box that I just showed you on the other chart came from, right? That's why this level, I'm not just looking at this level because, I think we're going to bounce there, right? It's not just like, oh, it was resistance. Now it's going to be support. Sure, that is 100% a valid thought. However, we now have context into what these levels actually are and what we can expect if we lose or hold them, right? So if we hold this, or if we lose this level, we can then hypothesize that we may be able to get a bigger breakdown towards the value area low, sitting right here at $26,272. Now, if we continue, if we do wind up getting down here, guys, which, again, I'm not calling for this. I'm just saying if we, it's more likely that we come to the POC. But if you lose the POC, you could then think, hey, we're probably coming down to the value area low. But if we come down to this value area low, I will still be looking for long positions. Now, you might think to yourself, like, Frankie, how are you not flipping bearish at that point? And my answer to your question is I'm never bearish, guys. I am a permabull. I only think Bitcoin can go up. I don't even ever short the market because it doesn't make sense, because Bitcoin never goes down. It only goes up. Obviously, I'm kidding, guys. Obviously, I'm kidding. I actually prefer to short. The money comes in a lot faster. Anyway, I'm going to take a sip of the Aztecian Cactus Moss Water real quick, guys. What is your Bitcoin prediction, Bitcoin price prediction after the halving? We're actually going to talk about that. We can talk about that today, actually. But I'll say this. Listen, let's get to 100K, right? Right now, let's get to 100K, and we'll have to see what happens. The answer to your question is, unless you're going off of something like a Fibonacci extension level, or like something like a spider line, like we were talking about yesterday. These inhaler emojis are killing me. But unless you're going off something like that on the chart, you have to understand it is extremely, and I say this all the time, so I'm not going to I'm not going to harp on this too long, but I'm going to be very, very clear. Listen, price predictions are fun, and that's it. It's fun. That's it, right? It's just speculative, and it's fun. Nobody knows where Bitcoin is going to top out in the bull run. You can hypothesize, and you can try to guess where it will top out, and sure, somebody somewhere is going to make a guess, and they're going to be right. But you have to understand that nobody knows exactly where it's going to go, right? So my prediction we'll talk about my prediction because I would base my predictions off of TA. It doesn't mean that it's definitely going to happen because I'm looking at the charts. But when I'm going to take a random guess, which is or an educated guess on where price is going to go, I like to take a little bit of fundamentals into account as well as a lot of chart into account. But you'll have to understand that there were a lot of things on the chart that may have called for 100K last cycle. We came nowhere near it, right? And there were a lot of very well-qualified people calling for 100K and even higher, right? Even in the mainstream media, you had all these like experts calling for like a $300,000 Bitcoin. It's an absolute guess, right? And I like. Again, someone's going to be right somewhere, but I just want everyone to be careful with the price predictions. They're very fun, but nobody knows where price is going to go. It's all speculative. It's literally all an educated guess. At least if you're looking at the charts, it could be an educated guess. I guess if you take fundamentals into account, you could also try to hypothesize where price will go. But like you're going to see, guys, especially once the bull market starts ramping up, you're going to start seeing people going, and I'm going to make price prediction videos as well, but I'm going to be very, very clear that these are educated guesses and not guarantees, but not everybody out there is that honest, guys. A lot of people, a lot of content creators out there are going to make it seem like they know where it's going to go. And I want the CandleMafia to be educated and informed and understand that I don't care who you're watching. I don't care who the YouTuber is. And now, like some YouTube, like you could get it accurate, but no YouTuber knows where price is going to go. So just understand that. And I want the Mafia to be protected against these people who are going to pretend like they know where it's going. They don't. They're guessing where it's going to go. And sure, they might have their thumb on the pulse of the technology or the fundamentals or the TA, right? But it doesn't mean that they're going to guess it 100% right. So just be careful with all the price prediction things, guys. Again, it's fun. We're going to do it too. But I'm going to, again, be very clear about, how likely I think it is. Like if I don't think if I say I think Bitcoin can go to 300K, like I'm going to be very clear that like I don't know some secret person. I don't know Satoshi Nakamoto, and he told me that was going to happen. So just be careful with that stuff. But we will do price predictions. Don't you worry. I'll talk about it a little bit today on where I think Bitcoin can go in the next bull run. And we'll actually do that because there's not much to talk about today other than what we talked about yesterday. So again, these are the key levels, guys. This is what I'm looking for. Short term, I would be very, very careful of a continued move to the downside. If we get that second push down, again, next place I'm looking for a strong bounce is going to be within this blue box. I gave you guys the prices. For anyone who missed it, between $28,410 and $28,030 is going to be that next support level. And just understand the context of why that POC is important. Because once we're accepted into this range, which we are, it's likely that eventually we will get a move to the downside, right? Down towards that POC specifically. Now, if we get a move up, what happens if we get a move up? Because indeed, both can happen. And right now, again, I do think short term, like right here, red dot printing on the 2 hour, is it a blood diamond? No blood diamond on your regular candles. No blood diamond on your Heikinashis yet. But short term, I would expect a potential, again, another push to the downside. And then if we do wind up getting a move to the upside, guys, resistance levels are pretty clear, right? I'll go back to our old chart here. And resistance levels remain, again, basically the same as yesterday. If we continue up, I would look for a resistance at the value area high at 29,478, and I would look for local support at 29,079. But let's say we get some kind of a big move to the upside and we break out of our value area high and we come up and we test this box. This is going to remain a pretty important level of resistance, and it will remain our next level of resistance. If we get above there, next major place I would look is going to be, and again, this level is important because not only would it be bearishly retesting the value area low of this range, but if we zoom out, let these levels spawn, we also have the previous value area high up there, right? So we may go test that value area high again before getting another push back down into the bigger range, right? Again, hunting out that POC at about 28K. If we get so that, again, push to the upside, looking at this purple box between 29,890 and 29,700. That would be the next key level, right? 786, which is where we rejected last time, would be right here at about 30,041. So this is, again, going to remain a level of resistance I am looking at, another retest of that value area low. But I don't know if we'll be able to get all the way back up there, to be honest. We'll have to see what happens with this move to the downside. And right now, we are rejecting another local golden pocket where this could be a good place to put in another lower high. So it's I'll be honest, guys, right now it's kind of a mixed bag. Yeah, I would have to lean bearish in the short term just because of all the red dots on these medium time frames. So if I had to guess, right, even though there's no real clear signals, if I had to guess, I would look for a short-term move to the downside. Value area low is key support at about 29.85, right? And I'll pull this fib from the low to the high right about there. Let me fix this. That one was a garbage pull. There we go. Obviously, golden pocket, as we have been bouncing off of this. This has been holding us up. We went for the 786, but didn't really touch it. So this is going to be another key level. 786, 28.8. Well, 28.873. So if we continue down and don't get a bounce off this golden pocket, which with all these red dots might be possible, especially with the daily red dot printing, guys, this could cause a bigger move down. So if we can't hold this golden pocket, I will look for a push down to that 786. If we can get a bounce off that 786, that would be a decent place for me, not you, because this is not a signal. This is not a trading signal. This would be a decent place to look for a bounce and potentially long confirmations to catch a long back up to the top of this value area, which would wind up being, if you're able to catch the bottom of that wick, a 2% move. That's a profitable long position there, guys. That's kind of what I'm looking at. These are the local levels. You continue down, looking for a bounce at the golden pocket, which I do think is likely we come back down and touch this golden pocket soon. And then if you lose the golden pocket, looking for a bounce at the 786 at 28.870. And then that's where the next place I would be interested in longs. Because as you guys know, we did catch this long from like down here. Caught this long all the way up here. I am still in that position. So if I get stopped out, I'll get stopped out at break even on that with profits taken. So it would be a winning trade, but I'll just get stopped out at break even and then keep the profit. And then at that point, I will look for a fresh long right here and then do the same exact thing. Try to ride that up on the long, take profits, move my stop loss. And then if we continue up, it'll turn into a grand slam trade. And if it comes back down, I'll get stopped out in profit. And then if we get a bigger breakdown, this is kind of, I mean, I'll be honest, guys. If this happens late at night, I may not catch this position if we do get a confirmation there to go long. However, if we do get a move lower and we get a bigger dump to the downside and we come down, this is really the next big level that I would be looking for a long. Like, we were watching this level for this big long, right? Now this actually played out exactly as we thought. But to catch, this was the kind of, you guys will remember, when we were stuck in this sideways range, I was not interested. I was saying I was not interested in a position. I was sitting on my hands until either we came down to this level, that's where I'd look for a long, or until we came up to this level, that's where I would look for a short. Until we came down to these key levels, I was not interested in a trade because this was a very small range, right? I'm not looking, how big was this range? Yeah, this is a 1% range, right? I do like to have a little bit more breathing room for my gains when I'm range trading like that. So I was more interested in longing a deviation out of that range, looking for the return back up to the high of that range, and then more specifically, the opposite end of the high candle here, which is what we were targeting. And again, same thing, was not looking for a short until we came up there. So I was sitting on my hands through most of this range, catching very few like little scalps in this range. We got the long position to come up, and then we nailed the short as well back down, right? So, this is the reason I bring this up, guys, is because this just shows you that this just goes to show, right? Patience pays. Like, if you were looking for a long at the value area low here, you would have easily gotten stopped out, right? I'm sorry. If you were looking at, if you were looking at a long here at the bottom of this value area low, you would have gotten stopped out, right? So, that's why I was sitting on my hands, waiting for a more sure confirmation to go long, and then we just happened to have, it was just like a bing bong, long short, bing bong. That's a bing bong, guys. But that's kind of, it just shows that patience pays, right? So kind of the same situation is playing out right now, where now I'm not really necessarily interested in a long unless, again, if we come down to the 786, maybe. I feel like maybe it'll happen while I'm probably, I literally I'll probably sign off of the live stream, walk away, and then come back to the computer and price in the time that I went down and ate a quick dinner. Price will probably come right down to the level and then rip it right back to the upside. But, really the next level that I'm really interested in a long at is going to be right here at that POC Golden Pocket Confluence. So there you go, guys. Again, not much has changed. Hopefully, we can take a look at some of the altcoins and something will give here. Excuse me. And we can actually see something happen before the stream ends. Because right now, it's for me. I'm just sitting on my hands, right? Just waiting for a fresh long. Maybe I get stopped out in profit on my current long, and then I just get a better entry down here, and we can get a fresh long. And then again, not really looking. I don't even know. Not looking for shorts until we get to the purple box. I would actually prefer to look for a short. Again, I don't know if we're going to be able to get back up in here. It doesn't look like it with the way Market Cipher looks right now. So I would have to think that the more likely situation to play out here is either a drop down to the 786 or a drop down to the POC Golden Pocket. And again, if we do come up, resistance here, really I would rather see a move up to the POC for a stronger short entry. So there you go. That's what I'm looking for. Key levels, blue box down here, purple box up here, and the POC up here. Those are the levels that I am looking for trades at. Other than that, I am sitting on my hands in my current positions and just waiting for price action to play out because this is literally like watching paint dry. Shout out to the 733 people in here. We still only have 287 likes, guys. Let's go for 550. If we get 550, we're going to spin the wheel 15 times, and then I'll have to ask Tony to send me my money back so I could give it away to you guys. I'm just kidding. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and jump on into the altcoins. If you guys want to see your favorite altcoin, go ahead and throw it in chat. Rob, the crypto snob, will go ahead and count up the votes and let us know what we're going to be looking at. Let's see. I bought CAS after the stream a few days ago, but I'm worried because the nodes have pruned the data. The nodes have pruned the data, so the first 6 months is non-existent on Block Explorer. No chain history. Interesting. Shout out to Breaks. Interesting. Yeah, that is a little bit shady. Interesting. Shout out to Breaks. I wish I could help you with that. But yeah, that I don't know. That's interesting. Probably not the best person to give you advice regarding that, if I'm being 100% honest with you. But Wick589 said C3 fire emoji. It ain't a party without you. Shout out to C3. I think he's talking about Crimson Caravan Company. I like to call him 3C or C3. 3C. Shout out to Crimson Caravan Company. Let's see. Shout out to Brian Varney. Said, shout out to Brian Varney. Said, I stepped away from trading for a month. When I returned, I jumped into Frankie's free Discord and nailed over 1,000% in a week and 3 days. Hashtag value, everyone. Please, Frank thank. Or wait, hang on. Thank Frank. Shout out to Brian Varney. Let's go, bro. Bing bong. I actually don't have a lot of cash sitting on the desk today here. I had to send it over to Tony. But bing bong. Shout out to Brian Varney. And also, half of this is for Captain Kirk because Captain Kirk has been absolutely destroying the trades. So shout out to you guys. Congratulations. Bing bong. Let's go. Shout out to you guys. Mrs. Candles is going to kill me now. All right, let's go ahead. Inspector Chris said, thanks for keeping a level head, Frankie. I always want to FOMO into a trade. Just remember, you can miss the next 10 trades, and right after that, there's going to be 10 more trades to take. So do not FOMO. It's never a good idea. There we go. We got the altcoins in. Thank you, Creators Crypto, for letting me know that it was pinned. Let's see. Yes, shout out to Greater Impulsions. Quant and FTM are on the list for tonight. Don't you worry. Shout out to Greater Impulsions. We got you. Shout out to Laser Edits. Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into here. C3 pissed off. Shout out to Crimson Caravan Company. I don't know what that means. Shout out to Crimson Caravan Company. Shout out to you guys. Let's see. Shout out to Satoshi Love. Thank you for being here. I'm doing well. How are you doing, brother? C3PO. Let's go. All right, let's see. No, Humza, I did not see a super chat. Let's check it. Let me just make sure, and then we'll jump right on into the alts. Okay. Tony, check Discord. That's sus, Dave. That's sus. It sounds like you made the inhaler emoji. And by the way, you will have a court letter sent to your house very soon. I'm just kidding, Dave. Shout out to you. Dave is literally Dave is literally responsible for, I think, a lot of our emojis. So shout out to Dave. We appreciate you, bro. I'm just breaking your chops. Shout out to Tony D. That's a federal offense. That super chat. It is a picture of me with the emoji and then a puff. Shout out to Bitcoin Billions. Goat fart. Shout out to you, brother. Hamza said, "Can you do quick TA on Louis Vuitton?" Yes. Louis Vuitton, if you guys didn't know, is the latest hot altcoin. Let's go ahead and take a look. I'm just kidding. I don't know what I'm looking at. Can I search Louis? Oh, it's probably because I'm on crypto. So what is it? LVMH? That is a weird. Interesting. Are you trying to Hamza, let me know if you want to see the stock or the crypto. Let me know. Let's see. And let me know. I don't typically look at Louis Vuitton. I believe this is it. But let me know if this is the right chart, and then we'll come back to it. Maybe a drunken head and shoulders right here. But shout out to Hamza. Let me know in the chat. Creighton C says, my guess is either 84 or 198.4K. Why? Because all those whale turds read 1984 and are all it's happening. It's happening. So yeah. Other technical reasons too, actually, but they love their memes. That is sure. That is sure. That is true. I mean, hey, guys. I mean, can we just for a second zoom out on Bitcoin and see where we topped out? Let's get the actual candle high here. 69. Like, Bitcoin literally topped out at 69K, guys. Like, is that not a meme? Like, what other price would it top out at? I don't know. Shout out to Creighton C. I think 84 is reasonable. And I'll be honest. I don't think 198 is impossible. But it would have to rely on a ton of other things. So yeah, like I would aim for 84 as a conservative target and then reassess the situation at that time. Right? If it's looking mega bullish there, and it's like, here's the thing, right? Like, now I didn't have my channel at this time, but literally at 69K, we had a massive weekly bearish divergence with money flow also coming out, right? So like a lot of people call for this stuff, and then like at least on a technical level, there's not necessarily a reason for it, right? So everyone's like sitting here at 69K calling for 100K, and it's like I look at the chart and I'm like, I don't know, like. This thing at least looks like it wants to break down significantly, even if it is going to go to 100K. Like, it's not going to yeet to 100K right now. So that's what I mean, right? Like, you look at this chart, and at this point, like, I'm not calling for 100K when there's a weekly bearish divergence with money flow coming out, right? Like, on the weekly, anytime this happens on something like the weekly, like just go back to when the money flow came out last time. Like, it was the beginning of the bear market, right? So, like, when you have all this information to look at, there's, like, no reason to call for 100K. But, I'm not saying that, again, like, in hindsight, hindsight's always 20/20, right? So, like, when you're looking at the chart like this, I mean, this looks pretty bearish, right? Like, but, you're also hearing all of the bullish hopium, all of the permabulls are at peak performance. They're all going crazy, right? You've already, absolutely ripped. And, it's I'm not saying it's just completely obvious, but I mean, like as soon as you get that red dot, right? Like, let's go ahead and print that red dot. Like, this is looking toppy, right? Especially with your money flow coming out. Like, the money flow coming out on the weekly is no joke, especially with a bearish divergence. So, and the same exact thing goes for the weekly bull div, right? Same exact thing goes for the weekly bull div. Like, if this does wind up being the bottom, in hindsight, this is going to look obvious, even though we looked crazy saying this, right? I'm like, guys, weekly bull div could potentially be the bottom of the market, right? Because not only do you have the bull div, but your money flow right after that started to come back up, right? So, like, could be the sign of the actual bottom of the market, right? And in hindsight, you know, it's going to look very obvious. But now I have my channel, right? So I was able to let you guys know about this. So if this was the bottom and you watch the channel, you will have seen the content and been aware, right? I'm sorry. I feel like I failed you guys. I should have made the channel in November and not January. But let's go ahead and continue on here. Thank you for that super chat, Creighton C. Edgar says, what do you consider a base hit as a percentage of for trading profit? So that's a great question, Edgar. And I would go ahead and answer that question with the dreaded, it depends, right? If I'm looking to scalp, right, for me, what I like to do with the leverage that I use and the capital that the position size that I use, I really, if I'm scalping, I really look for a 1% move. If I can get a 1% move, I'm basically in a position to make a decent amount of money, right? So that would be a base hit for me, right? Like, let's just say we're looking at this as a, let's see. Let's measure this range, right? So, like, I think this range was a little bit, yeah. So this range was about 1.3%, but this would actually be a better example, right? This, well, actually, no. Let's go to this range. Yeah, so this range was about 4%. So at this point, right, like inside of this range, I would consider like between 1 and 3%, I guess, a base hit, 1 and 4% a base hit. So let me grab my trade tool here. And let's say I got into a long here and I was targeting the value area high, right? And then stop loss wherever, right? So for me, I'm entering the position down here and I'm targeting the POC. I'm taking partial profits at 1.32% because, with the position size and the leverage, that's a decent bit of profit for me to lock in and guarantee, right? So I'll take profit there. And if we get above that POC and we start holding it as support, I am moving my stop loss to my entry. Now I have a guaranteed winning trade. I've already taken profits. If I get stopped out, I will simply get stopped out in profit. But once I take that partial profit, I would consider that a base hit, right? If price stops me out at break even here or in profit, that 1.3% profit is a winning trade to me, right? And again, with the leverage and the position size I use, that's enough money for me to get that base hit, right? And then, you know, if we can get a move up to the value area high, as we would expect, which obviously we did get here, for that 3.75%, that would be a base hit for me as well. And then at that point, maybe I move my stop loss into profit deeper. And then I go for that. I leave that moon bag. I take profit again at the value area high, and I hold that moon bag for a potential home run trade. Let me break this down for a like an area where we were actually we actually saw this happen, right? So let me go ahead and grab my range, pull the range right here. So this was a position that we were looking at, right? In the premium Discord, I believe, or maybe on the live stream as well. For example, if you were looking for a long down here, this would be the base hit, right? Just going for the conservative from the value area low to the value area high. Now, this is 5.5%, but the base hit is, we know it's very likely that once we hold support on the value area low, that we're going to go to the value area high. So that would be the base hit. And then once we got up there, I would take profit at the POC, take profit again at the value area high, move my stop loss into profit where the exact level would be is not going to be right here. But just for this example, I would take profit again here, hold the moon bag for a potential grand slam trade. And then that once 5% base hit is now, over 20%. Right, so you turn that little 5% base hit, you hold the moon bag, and then it turns into a grand slam. The rest of that moon bag gets you an extra 14% on your trade. And then, again, that original base hit trade turns into an absolute grand slam. But there you go. Hopefully that answers your question. It's almost more based for me off of where the range is rather than the actual percentage. And it varies on your position size, your how much capital you're using, and all that stuff. So it is going to vary between person to person. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump on into our altcoins, guys. We're a little late on the altcoins here, but here we go. 691 people, guys. We should be able to get 550. I think we're going to do it. I think we can do it today. But let's take a look at Ethereum before jumping into our alts. What were we looking at here yesterday? Guys, hold up. Let's go to the 1 hour. When did this happen? Yes. This was, well, let's go back to yesterday, which was August 2nd. Oh, man, I wish we could go back. I wish we could go back and find the clip. Okay, so let's see. Light up that like. Let's go. Chevery Bridges. Let's go. Shout out to Nico. Okay. All right, let's go. So on ETH, guys, I believe it's so hard for me to remember exactly what we were looking at, but I could almost, this is what we were looking at, right? Let me go ahead and hide this volume profile real quick. And here we are, right? We have our value area low. Let me go back in time, because the value area was likely different yesterday during the stream. Yesterday was the 2nd at about, not 9:30 a.m., not 12:30 p.m., not 2 p.m., not 3 p.m., not 5 p.m., but 6:30. Okay, yeah. So we were like right about here yesterday. So this is what we were looking at. Yeah. And I got to reverse engineer this TA. Okay. Yeah. So our rejection zone here, what we were looking for here, guys, obviously from the high to the low, to the POC, to the high, to the high, to the POC, back to the high, back to the low. Deviation from the low, back to the high, back to the low, and now we're stuck below our value area. And we had no bullish divergence here. Yeah, we deviated from a range. I don't know what is going on in chat right now. But stuck below our range, right? So what do? And we're looking for this, right? 90-minute green dot. Let's take a look at the 4-hour. 4-hour looking for the green dot. Money flow generally trending up. So at this point, we're expecting a move to the upside. But when you take a look at the higher time frames, your money flow on the daily is in the red. This is indicating that the longer term trend is likely to continue to the downside. So with that in mind, your 2-day money flow also coming out. This is indicating that the trend may continue to the upside. But when you go to the lower time frames, that 4-hour green dot looking to print, that's indicating short-term upside. So what's our thought process here? What should the trading plan be? Well, if I know that the longer-term trend's likely to continue down, and I know the lower time frames are looking to get a bounce, what I would look for is simply a short-term bounce and then a rejection back to the downside. And where are you going to look for that bounce? And I know this sounds familiar to everybody in the chat right now, but we look for the golden pocket retracement levels, right? So you go ahead, and I'm just going to go ahead and pull the fresh fib. You go from your high, you pull it down to your low, and where is your golden pocket 786 retracement? Well, number one, that retracement level is right here between 1866 and 1850. Both very, very good years. But trust me, I was alive back then. And we have the POC in perfect confluence with the golden pocket. So if we are going to get a short-term bounce before a bigger rejection to the downside, we can hypothesize, and hint, hint, we went through this whole spiel yesterday before this happened. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding. We did actually do that, but I'm being facetious. I probably misused that word. I don't know. But that's where we're looking for the lower high to come in, guys, because we know it's likely to put the lower high in at the golden pocket 786. And the reason that we're not looking for this bounce to be a massive moonshot is because of the money flow on the higher time frames. Please hit me with a hashtag value if that makes sense to you, right? Because I say this stuff, but I can't hear you guys. So hit me with a 1 in chat or a hashtag value if you understand that. So yeah, so that's what we would be expecting, right? Maybe we could play this game. We'll just buy right here on paper, and we'll wait for the bounce. Okay, I don't know what the heck happened there. Well, it all happened very quickly. Oh, it's because it reversed instantly. Okay, but what happened, guys? We got that move all the way up to where? Right to the golden pocket POC, right? POC in pink, golden pocket in gold, right? Where did we shoot up? Right to where we thought the lower high would go. And I'm not saying that to brag. I say this all the time. I do not say this to brag. I say this because we looked at this yesterday on the stream, and I'm just saying if you take notes, I mean, it's not like we're given the setup here, but, and again, these levels are not going to hit every single time, but I hope you guys understand the thought process behind this and why we are, why we look for the lower high. It's like you might be like, oh my God, that rejected right off of Frankie's level. We're telling you where we get the level from, right? We're giving you the secrets. So there you go. Looking for that rejection, and we could have shot up to the 786 potentially, but we didn't. We rejected right at that 7/8 golden pocket POC confluence, right? And we got right back to the downside. Did we get an entry confirmation there? Whoops. Let's see. No divs on the lower time frames. Yeah, I mean, you only got a 5-minute bear div there. So not the strongest confirmations, but the level is perfectly respected, right? And I just love, I hope there's someone out there that was watching yesterday and was like low key. I really hope there was someone out there watching this and copying it on their chart. But I'm gonna put this lower high and see if this level actually works. And I hope someone out there saw it actually play out. Even if you didn't catch the trade, I hope someone saw that work out and now they're gonna take that and use it in their own analysis. But there we go. And now you guys are probably thinking okay, cool. That's how we got here. But where are we going from here? And I would argue that ETH could be going to 0, guys. I'm just kidding. But same thing as Bitcoin, guys. 4-hour looking for the red dot. 3-hour looking for or printing the red dot. 2-hour printing the red dot as well. 90-minute red dot confirmed. So again, these medium hourly time frames are printing red dots, right? Or medium hourly time frames printing red dots. Your 8-hour has the green dot, right? This is all looking very similar to Bitcoin. Excuse me. Take a look at the 30-minute. Yeah, guys, it is a little bit of a mixed bag here. Here's what I'll say for ETH. If you get a move up, I would look for the money flow crossover on the 30-minute. The reason I look at that, right, or the reason I will be watching this money flow crossover into the green is for 2 reasons. Number 1, you are about to get the VWAP crossover, or you could potentially be setting up to get the VWAP crossover with the money flow crossover at the same time, which sometimes we know can give us a strong move. Now, on top of that, we are also printing an 8-hour green dot. And when you get that 8-hour green dot printing with a 30-minute money flow crossover, sometimes it could give you a big move up. So for the move up, I would be looking at those things for those specific reasons. So shout out to V-Slim. What is going on, V-Slim? Welcome in, bro. But that, shout out to Wick589 says, Frankie makes me say, oh my God, a lot. He's really, really good. Shout out to Wick589. Shout out to you, bro. But somebody else said something about Market Cipher and the secret. I don't know. Somebody said there was something secret about Market Cipher. They might have had more information on the thing that CryptoFace was talking about, potentially. But I missed it. Let's see. Matt Martin says, Frankie, thank you for the premium Discord calls. Let's go. Shout out to Matt. I assume you might have caught a move there. Shout out to you, bro. Just remember, you took the trade. That is the hard part, brother. That is the hard part. But yeah. Got it. If whoever said that thing about Market Cipher, if you could put that in the chat. This was a while ago. Oh, indicator on Market Cipher. Yeah. Yeah, what was that whole thing about? Did he come out and say anything about it? I'm dying to know. I don't know. I feel like you guys think that I know. I don't know. But yeah. Okay. But yeah, on Ethereum, guys, for the move up, I would look for the green money flow crossover into the green on the 30-minute, and not just for that, but also because of that 8-hour red dot, right? So now you have the reasons behind it. It's not just the money flow crossover. It's the money flow and the VWAP crossing over at the same time in conjunction with that 8-hour green dot. So there you go. That's what I would look for the move up. But again, these medium hourly time frames, here's the thing. All the VWAPs are coming down here, but money flow, yeah. Like money flow in the 90 minutes generally coming up here. Your 4-hour money flow does look like it wants to cross into the green. So a little bit of a mixed bag there. It's a little confusing looking, if I'm being honest. But take a look at the daily. Yeah, daily money flow in the red. I would be careful. I do think that if you do get the move up, guys, it's likely going to be something that we were looking at yesterday that I just explained. That lackluster move up to put in a lower high and continue the trend to the downside. So if we do get that bounce, where would that lower high likely come in? Let's see if we have golden pocket value area low confluence here. Probably don't. well, we have to wait for the move down. We'd have to wait for a big bounce. So, yeah, it's going to be hard to call that level. But if we do get that move up, I would look for, the retest of that value area low at 1843, maybe a good place to look for a rejection to the downside. May be able to break it, but it's too soon to pull this fib. Yeah, I would just be very, very careful. Is this a blood diamond? Oh, God. Come on. 2-hour blood diamond, guys. It's definitely looking a little more bearish in the short term for sure. So we'll see if that blood diamond plays out. If it does, I'd look for another move down. If we get that move down, let's find the key levels of support. I'm going to pull our macro range, get our fixed range volume profile, and let's pull it. Yeah, your next real key levels all the way down here at this value area low at 1766. But it's not the only level, right? Let me pull up the VPVR. Whoops. There we go. You actually do have a pretty decent fall off in volume all the way to that value area low. Yeah, if you lose this level at 1814, or 1818, I should say, because remember, that 1818 level has been a key level, right? 1818. So if we lose that level at about 1818, I would look for a move down to the value area low. So there you go. That's what I would be looking for on Ethereum. No bull div here on the 10-hour. But again, yeah, not printing a red dot on the daily like Bitcoin. But yeah, that's what I would look for. I mean, yeah, your 4-hour money flow looks good. 6-hour money flow generally coming up. Yeah, I would look for that 30-minute green money flow crossover with the green dot on your 8-hour to give you a move up. But again, even if it gives you a decent move up back to this golden pocket, I would expect it to reverse to the downside just based off money flow on the higher time frames. Your 2-day money flow is crossing over into the red as we speak, so watch out for that. Hey, shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Shout out to Rob. Thank you for being here, bro. We love you back. And yeah, have a good day at work tomorrow, brother. I feel like I want to pack you lunch or something. I don't know. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. We hope you're having a good time at your job, brother. And thank you for still, taking on a new job is very, very, it's not an easy thing, man. And you're still here helping us out. And I really do truly appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. And get a good night's sleep, brother. We appreciate you. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue on to our next altcoin, which is going to be INJ. I don't know why I said that like a robot. Guys, I have a question for everybody real quick while we pull up INJ. Do you think Solana's dead? Do you guys think Solana is actually dead? Or do you think it's going to come back in the bull run? Well, I'd love to hear your opinions in the chat, but if you don't have an opinion or you don't have enough information to form an opinion, on tonight's this weekend, not tonight, on this weekend Sunday Sauce video, guys, we're putting out a video on Solana. We're going to be talking about whether we think Solana is a dead project or if we think it could get a revival in the bull market. And it's going to be a good one. Actually, I bust a move in this one, so I think you guys are going to like it. So there we go. Yep, Learning said, nope, Solana is not dead. Learning, you're going to like that video for sure. Inspector Chris says, not dead, but no new all-time high. I actually don't hate that prediction either. Sol isn't dead. Okay, I'll be honest. More people. Yeah, no. VC coin, not dead. Wow, I'll be honest. Yeah. Wick says, I hated Solana in the last bull run, but I like it in this one. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I would think more people would think it's dead. But you're going to like this video on Sunday, guys, so keep an eye out for that. INJ, let's do it quick and dirty here. Pull the range. Here we are. Sitting after a rejection from the value area high, getting a little bit of support on your POC. Very interesting. I mean, INJ just making moves recently. Take a look at the 12-hour. Money flow. What's the daily money flow looking like? Money flow coming out on the daily. I mean, looking very similar to everything else. Two-day money flow generally coming out, but your VWAPs are coming up. Green dot confirmed on the daily. I would look for this on INJ, in my own humble opinion. Go ahead and draw resistance. I'll give you the levels and then kind of give you an idea of what I think based on the indicators. Not neutral. We want to make that resistance. What am I doing? What happened here? There we go. Okay, so we have lost our value area high. And we talk about this all the time, right? We break the value area high, bearish retest. You're looking for price to go to the POC. What happens? Bing bong, right to the POC. Now we're getting a bounce on the POC, which is expected, as the POC is your strongest level within the range, as it is the area where the most transactions took place. But green dot confirmed on your daily if this is going to give you a continued move, which locally, I mean, it's looking like, again, same thing as Bitcoin, short-term move down, not impossible here. I would actually expect it. But look at your 2-day. Your 2-day VWAP's coming up. Your 3-day VWAP is also coming up, right? So this could give us a bigger move up in the short term. So here's the thing. Short term, based off the hourly time frames, all the VWAPs are coming down. I would expect a potential move to the downside. But that 2-day green dot is likely to print a green dot, right? Or the 2-day time frame is likely to print a green dot, and that could give us a move up. Here's the levels. Key resistance is going to be your value area high / golden pocket, which is, very confluent here. This purple box is going to be your key level of resistance. $8.79. Between $8.79 and $9.42 is going to be your key level. If we get a move up, I will look for a rejection at this point to potentially come back down and fill the entire range to the downside. Now, this is based off of higher time frame money flow, guys. Money flow coming out on the daily and the 2-day and the 3-day, etc. But with the VWAPs coming up on the higher daily time frames, we have to expect that bounce to come in at some point. So, again, short-term move down, not impossible. But again, once you do eventually get a move up, I would expect it to be lackluster, to put in the lower high and continue to the downside. All of this stuff looks very, very, very similar. So there you go. Quick and dirty on INJ. There you go. Let's hit the next altcoin, XRP. Oh, you guys want to take a look at gold? Okay, we'll take a look at gold. No problem. All right, let's see here. Oh, my God, that was bubbly. Let's see. Hi, Frankie. What is the name of the free ExoCharts website, please? Shout out to Keely Reynolds. I do not know of a free ExoCharts software, but I think what you are referring to is the Coinalyze, I think is what you're referring to. This is the website where you can see CVD. So this is different than ExoCharts. However, it does allow you to see things like CVD, open interest, short liquidations, long liquidations. So I think this is probably what you're talking about. And this is called coinalyze.net, 100% free. So there you go. Hopefully that answers your question. But let's go ahead and move on to XRP. Here we go. Coming in at 66 cents. Let's actually pull up this XRP chart because this is the one we want to look at. That's link. That's not what I want. XRP right here. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. It's coming down. No, wait, hang on. This isn't it either. This is it. Okay. Hello. Let's go. I love this. I love this, guys. I actually have not looked at this actual chart, meaning like this template. But let's take a look here, guys. Well. Here we are. We knew that if we were unable, now this value area did move. It was at about 70 cents. Now it's at about 68 cents. I'm going to actually clear all these levels because these are kind of all insignificant at this point. But I will pull the fresh range. A little bing bong. There we go. Sitting at about, 68 cents is your value area low. However, if we go back in time, guys, you will know that, when we were looking at this originally, our value area our value area low was actually sitting at around 70 cents right here, right? I could go back a little bit more to make it actually 70 cents, but at about 70 cents was where this value area low was sitting. I'll actually go ahead and move it back. So here you go. At about 70 cents. I mean, when was it? Was it? Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm not going to try to get it exactly on 70 cents, but you guys will remember it was sitting at about 70 cents, and we were saying that, hey, if you're able to hold this level at 70 cents, we could expect to move to the POC of the range, coming in at 74, almost 75 cents. But what happens if you lose the value area low? We were talking about how if we lost this value area low, we would be looking down below to this blue box. Why this blue box? Well, this blue box contains not only the golden pocket retracement of our entire move up, and you guys this will sound familiar to most of you if you watch the show. Not only Do we have the local golden pocket here? It is also our macro value area low. Now, this value area was brought to us by this volume profile from the top of the bull market, right? This was part of this was essentially the entire reason. If you guys remember when XRP popped, we were looking for a break of this level to cause an explosive move, bringing us to the next two price targets, which were right here at 63 cents and right here at about 84, 85 cents. And the reason we were looking at that was because we knew that by looking at the volume, we knew that we had a very, very big volume gap between this area right here, the area where we broke out, all the way up to the value area low of this previous range, right? This value area low. There was a gap between here and that value area low, and we were, what did that make us think? It made us think that if we broke out of this level, we'd likely get a quick move up to that value area low. And I know it looks like we smashed right through it, and that's basically because we did. But if you come to a low enough time frame, you'll see, if this lets us go back, you'll see that we shot perfectly up to that value area low and got a rejection before finally getting back up, flipping the value area low to support. And we knew once that happened, we would likely get a move right to our next key level, which was the point of control of the range, which we wound up getting, which is where we peaked out at. And we were able to call that, guys. We were able to call that before it happened by looking at the volume profile. It respected this volume profile, these volume profile levels, just like it did back here, even though it happened, even though we didn't revisit these levels until 458 days later, give or take, and they were respected perfectly. So by looking at the volume profiles, we were able to expect if we broke this level, we'd get a quick move here, and then if we broke this level and flipped it to support, we'd get a quick move here. And what happened? Exactly that. So what are we doing here? We're keeping these levels relevant. These levels are still very relevant. So once we lost this value area low, we were looking for a move down to this blue box, which is almost exactly where we came down to. We front ran that box by just a few dollars, or just a few cents. Probably not even, like less than a penny. Yeah, we missed it by less than a penny. So we almost came down perfectly to our blue box. However, we could still come down to test this golden pocket, which is coming in closer to 0.6456. So I'm actually going to put that line there. So we still could potentially break down to actually test that golden pocket, but we came right down to that blue box. Now this was the next area that I was looking for a potential long on XRP. Now, kind of hard to say here because you do kind of have a bull div here, but it is exaggerated, right? Lower lows on price, higher lows on your momentum waves, but just barely. So I'd be careful with this div if I'm being honest. I would actually prefer, I'm not saying we can't get a bounce from here, but I would prefer to see a push deeper into that blue box before actually looking for those long positions. Again, maybe I missed the entry here and we wind up yeeting up, but I do think once we look at the indicators, I think they will point towards a higher probability move. Deeper. Did my camera just turn off? No. Okay. I don't know what just said. Something just made noise. But I would actually favor a potential move deeper into this blue box before looking for my long position. But we are approaching that level, guys. We've been watching this level since we ripped up. And we are finally there, right? Talking about if we don't get a bounce on the value area low, we are likely to break down towards that blue box, and it is indeed beginning. And that 4-hour bull div is technically there, but again, I would like to come deeper into that blue box. So again, key levels remain the same. We are almost at that blue box, guys. So I will be looking for longs within here. Now, if we break down below that value area low, where are we looking down to? Well, just like we got a straight shot from the breakout zone to the value area low, we could expect if you lose the value area low, you could get a pretty quick move back down to the breakout area, which is right here at your 786 retracement level. Well, isn't that interesting? Because if we are going to come down and put in a higher low here, guys, where's that higher low likely to pop in at? It's likely to happen at the golden pocket or the 786. right? So these are the two levels that, again, still levels remain exactly the same. 4-hour bull div is technically there. I just don't like how light that angle is. 2-hour red dot, like, yeah, I would expect a potential push a little deeper in here. I would rather see a push deeper into that blue box before looking for a long. Doesn't mean the 4-hour bull div won't play out, but key levels remain exactly the same. So, yeah, just looking. I'm on long watch here for XRP in that blue box. So there you go, guys. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, these levels play, guys. These levels do play. Let's see. Halfway through a diamond reversal pattern on BTC. Ding dong, Frankie. Which way is it reversing? Okay, let's see. Let's pull up the daily. Dave, where are you seeing the diamond reversal? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. I mean, I don't really see an obvious diamond reverse. Oh, yeah, I see it. Hang on. Let's pull it up. Turn off market cipher A. Come on. There we go. Bada boom. Bada bing. Let's see. Let me lock this. Yeah, kind of like a wonky diamond. Like a winky wonky diamond. Well, this would be a bullish diamond reversal, right? So if this is what you're looking at, Dave, again, not a big pattern trader myself, but if this was the diamond you're looking at, right, maybe you pull it from a different area to make it a little cleaner looking. But yeah, if this is kind of the diamond you're looking at, I would say this would be a bullish diamond reversal, right? You have your trend to the downside, diamond reversal. This is likely, based off the pattern, this would be a bullish diamond reversal pattern. Oh, you're looking at the daily. There you go. Let me go ahead and get rid of the drawings here. And come on up to the daily. Is this what you're looking at? Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Like something like this? Something like that? At the end? Yeah, I think that's what you're looking at. Dave, let me know. Is that what you're looking at? Bing, bong, bing, bong. Like that's your diamond? Yeah. So this would be a bullish diamond reversal. But again, not a big pattern guy. But if this is indeed, and it does look diamond reversally. But this would be a bullish diamond reversal, in my opinion, right? So there you go. Could be in play actually. Not complete yet. Yes. Let's see. Oh, wonky donkey. Shout out to Blockchain James. Let's see. 28.2 diamond. I hope so. 28.2 is our key level, right? Between 28.3 and between like 28.3 and 28K is really where I'm looking. Let's see. Thanks for the Coinalyze tip. Been using it successfully for a while. Is there somewhere to find margin pressure levels? There are indicators that show you margin pressure levels. I forget who was talking about those recently. Somebody was talking about those recently. I don't really look at that, so I don't know like what the best place to find that is. But I forget who it was. Somebody was just recently talking about that. Sharp eye, Dave Digital. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, let's go. Shout out to Dave. Yeah, I see what you're talking about, bro. Yeah, that was it. I would say, again, not a big reversal guy, not a big pattern guy, but yeah, I would see that as a bullish diamond reversal, probably. But yeah. Let's see. Okay, let's continue on here. So that was XRP. We just finished XRP. Let's take a look at. All right. Let's say I'm gonna skip gold today. We'll go look at gold tomorrow, or I could try to look at it quickly. We'll do Doge real quick, and then we'll do Quant and FTM as we are getting low on time here. Okay, let's take a look at Doge. Okay, so we haven't looked at Doge in a long time. It does seem that last time we looked at it was back here on July 24th. In which case, I guess we thought that it was going to come down, bounce off the POC, and then break the POC, and then hit the value area low, and then rip back up to the value area high, if I had to guess. That's what we were looking at. So far, the volume profiles, once again, just prevailing here. So we had most of this play out so far. All right. Well, hey. I'm gonna come out with a new indicator, and it's just gonna be called the Frankie drawing indicator, and it's just gonna be me drawing lines on the chart and hoping that price follows it, because it does happen more often than not. Shout out to Manija Fourth. Shout out to you. Thank you for the 99-cent super chat. We appreciate you. Actually, it's a super sticker, and yeah, it's a black cat. Shout out to Bear. Tony's black cat. Let's see. How many days do you use to place your volume profiles? I don't really go by the amount of days. I just go by the price action. So typically what I do is I will pull it just over ranges, right? Or I'll use it to analyze a range, or I'll use it to analyze a trend, which I don't do as often on the stream, but you can indeed use the volume profile, say, to analyze this downtrend from the high to the low, and then you can kind of see and find good areas that might be good to trade on your way up by analyzing the volume. So there you go. Okay, Frankie Cypher A. There you go. There you go. But there you go. Here we go. There you go. Here we go. Here we go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Anyway, guys, it's rough. Price is sideways. Frankie Candles is losing his mind. But here we are, guys. Right? We got the move down. We're getting a bounce off the POC as expected. And if we break this level, well, let's take a look here. 4-hour money flow crossing over into the red. That is definitely more bearish. VWAP coming down. I would lean bearish on Doge just based off of that. Money flow crossing over into the red on the 8-hour. 16-hour money flow crossover into the red. Daily money flow coming out. Yeah, looking very similar to a lot of other stuff. Money flow crossing out here. I would say... yeah, I would lean sideways bearish. I think you consolidate a little bit in here. It's probably going to look messy, and then you roll back over to the downside. Just based off money flow here, right? Like, even though your 10-hour VWAP is coming up, your money flow is aggressively coming out. That's not a good look. I would look to, any move to the upside, I would be looking to fade that thing right back down. So, yeah, let's take a look at the levels real quick. Let me go ahead and pull a fib here. Pull it from this high to this low. I'm also going to pull a local range. So, yeah. Come down to the 2-hour. Actually. Come on. Let me unextend. No, unextend. What the? There we go. Okay. Bear with me. Bear with me. Right here. This is what I look at on Doge. Short and simple here. POC to the golden pocket. This is the rejection zone for me. Any move up we get, again, if we get a move up, 2-hour red dot printing, 3-hour looking for the red dot, 4-hour looking for the red dot, money flow all coming out. This is definitely more bearish than bullish. But I would have to say, even if we get a move up here, I would look for just a bearish retest of the value area low, golden pocket 786 confluence. And in this specific case, you have the golden pocket value area low confluence and the 786 POC confluence. That does not always happen. So both of these levels, very valid to be looking for a scalp short with bearish confirmations. But yeah, if you get a bounce up, I would look to put in a lower high and continue the trend to the downside, in which case your next level of support, or your next significant level of support, is going to be, if you break this POC, that next significant level of support is really going to be your value area low, coming in at about 0.069 giggity. 0.069 even, right? And let me pull this all the way to this low. You'll probably get that value area low confluence. Yeah. Hang on. Let me pull this all the way to, let me pull this all the way to the low here. Bear with me. Yeah. So your next significant levels of support are going to be right here, 0.069, and then I would also look down here to this this golden pocket at 0.064. So there you go. But again, I would wait. If you get a move up, I would look for a rejection right here. And we're just giving you the levels. Look for a rejection here before that move to the downside. Shout out to Jessica, our female CandleMafia representative. What is going on, Jessica? Thank you for being here. She says it's disgusting. Shout out to shout out to J3F. Frankie, he's our man. If he can't predict it, no one can, unless they have an inhaler. Shout out to J3F, bro. You just made me literally cackle on the inside. I can't cackle out loud because someone will clip it and it'll be embarrassing. All right, let's see. Yeah, shout out to Blockchain Jockplane James. Blockchain James says, all right, Frankie, chat, I gots the pasta. Appreciate the time and video. Y'all have a great day. Shout out to Blockchain James. We'll see you soon. Shout out to Jessica in the chat. A spoonful of sugar helps the red candles go down. That's dang right, baby. Let's go. All right, let's see. Yeah, Jessica, you're probably dying at that inhaler emoji, huh? Shout out to Jessica. We love you. Hopefully you're doing good. Let's see. Okay, let's continue on here. Taking a look at Quant. I don't think I own enough Quant, if I had to say. Well, I mean, here we go. Oh, wow, man. I mean, these rejection. I mean, if this, guys, the Golden Pocket 786 is the sauce. That might be the new volume profile. Like, we might even not even need the volume profile, and we might just become fib traders. We might just become a Fibonacci trader. Yeah, I would say. What is going on? Somebody logged me out of my YouTube. Interesting. Anyway, here we go. Yeah, I mean, perfect rejection at that's between the 786 and the Golden Pocket. Let's go ahead and extend this volume profile. And where did we get a bounce from? Right from the POC. We deviated from the value area high, expecting to get sucked back in towards that POC. And what happened? Sucked in right back towards that POC, guys. The power of the volume profile. From the low to the POC to the high. Deviation. You're expecting to get sucked back in towards that POC. What happens? Boom. Right to the POC. Eventually, you get to the low. You hold the lowest support. Right to the POC. Right to the high. Deviation from the high. You're expecting to get sucked in back towards that POC. And then, boom. Right towards that POC. I'm getting the volume profile tatted on me somewhere, guys. I'm just going to get, like, VPVR on my wrist or something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's insane. Absolutely insane. But anyway, red dot printing here on the 4-hour. So, yeah, I mean, guys, a lot of this stuff is not looking great, right? And anything that looks bullish in the short term, right? It looks like it just wants to retrace and then reverse back to the downside. So that's kind of what I would look for on most things. 3-day VWAP on its way down. Like, what are we looking at here? This is a mess. Let's clear the drawings. Pull the ranges. Here we go. Take a look at the 4-hour. Yeah, right. Yeah, this is the volume profile I would probably look at. Right at the POC. Yeah, I mean, any bounces here that we get, guys, I would look for it to be pretty lackluster. Like bull div on the 45-minute. Like if this gives you a move up, I would expect it to give this and then that. So, yeah, sentiment remains exactly the same. Key levels. I'm just going to give you the levels here. Yeah, and you are getting the 786 retest, right, on this POC. So, definitely possible. Bullish divergence on the 1-hour, like likely to get a bounce here for sure, right? I don't want anyone to get it twisted. Like the lower time frames on a lot of this stuff, like does look like short term. Maybe it gets a move to the upside, but again, with the way money flow looks on the higher time frames, I mean, Quant just yeah, money flow on the 6-hour coming out. Yeah, I would look for a potential short term bounce here. But to be honest, I wouldn't be looking to trade it. I would wait for the bounce and then potentially look for a short back down to the low, which your value area low is coming in at 99.07, which would be your next key level of support. At least the next key level of support that I would be looking at. Yeah, that's really what I'd be looking for, guys. On Quant, there you go. Like definitely, 16-hour. Yeah, if you get a bounce off these bull divs / 1-hour bull div, 2-hour bull div, looking to print on top of the 10-hour VWAP coming up for a green dot, 12-hour green dot, 16-hour looking for the green dot, even your daily VWAP starting to curve back up. It definitely could give you a move, but I would definitely look for a potential. Like if this is going to be a significant bounce, I would say coming down to the 4 hour, here's your resistance levels. Boom. Right? Value area high, golden pocket retracement. I would also pull from, I would also pull your fib from that local low. Yeah, these are some levels that I would look for rejections if you do get a move up. Those are the major levels I would look for. So if you get a move up, guys, I would look to fade these moves into these purple boxes before a move back down to the value area low. At this point, maybe when we get up there, we could reassess the situation. As of right now, I would lean a little bit short-term bounce, rejection to the downside. But there we go. Okay, there is Quant. Let's go ahead and take a look at FTM. We're going to move gold and Doge. We're going to move gold to tomorrow's stream. Shout out to Wick589 said, I watched this whole stream for one reason and one reason only. XRP analysis. My wife talked the whole time over Frankie like he wasn't in the room. She and I got to talk, but she okay. Shout out to Wick589. Let's go. Shout out to Wick. Let's go. And Wick, I thought you watched the stream because you liked me. You're just using me for XRP analysis. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm just kidding. Wick. You're literally here every day. Shout out to Wick589. Already jumped into Quant at 1013. All right, let's go. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at FTM, or FTM as some people call it. But let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go Binance Tether US. Okay, we got some lines here, guys. We got some lines. I don't know when this is from. All right. Oh yeah. I stand by this prediction, guys. I stand by this prediction. Yup. This is the Scribble Scrabble formation. Wow. Unbelievable. I'm kidding. I don't know what these lines are from. Let's see. All right. Let's go ahead and start fresh here. Taking a look at the weekly. Take a look at the daily red dot. Yeah. These things, honestly, guys, a lot of this stuff looks exactly the same. Yeah. VWAP's coming up on the medium hourly time frames. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. Bull div on your 1 hour. Again, very similar to what we just looked at on Quant. Bull div on the 1 hour looking to print. Let's pull the levels. Yeah, money flow coming up on the 1 hour with a bull div. 12 and not really. Yeah, I would look for a short-term bounce here, guys. I would look for maybe a short-term bounce, but again, nothing else is really looking that great. Daily red dot is printing. Your 2-day green dot printing. I mean, it just is a mess right now. Yeah, this is a mess. Quant is confusing. Make up your mind. I mean, Phantom, not Quant. Quant was a little bit more clear. Phantom, make up your dang mind. 4 hour, yeah, I would look for a short-term move up. But again, with your daily red dot, I just don't know how high you're going to come with that. So, this one's hard to call. I will say, though, 1 hour bull div, likely to give you some kind of a move to the upside. But, again, I would be very cautious of rejections at these lower highs, guys. No guarantees that we don't moon, but, this is looking like probably going to be some significant, like even if you pull this, I would look for resistance here, guys. If we do get a short-term pump, I would look for something like this. Maybe you pump into that 786 before a rejection back to the downside, but that daily red dot is looking is looking for a shout out to who said that? Degen Tolman says and you say you don't pattern trade. I assume you were talking about that big thing up there. Yeah. Shout out to you. But yeah, bullish divergence on the 1 hour, likely to get you a move to the upside, but like It's just all up in here. You have tons of resistance. And again, with the higher daily time frame, or with the daily time frame printing that red dot, yet 2-day very confusing with the green dot. Because if you're looking at the 2-day, you're printing like a 2-day bull div here, 3-day bull div. So maybe that is a little bit more bullish here. Because on Phantom, your money flow is not like freshly cross. Yeah, I don't know. You're getting divs here. I would expect to move up in the short term. I would be looking to short any moves to the upside, to the downside, though. I just want to be very clear that that's my sentiment, right? Definitely looking like we can get a move up. Whether you get past the value area low, local golden pockets in this area before coming down is another thing. I would also be looking at, major levels. I'll just give you the levels here. Bear with me. Mark this out like that. And let's go. Yeah, these are the levels that I would look at on Phantom. It's hard to say because the lower time frames are looking like they want to bounce. The daily as a red dot. Yeah, I mean, you're getting a daily bull div as well with money flow coming up. It's really the money flow on the higher time frames. I'll say this. Phantom's very hard to read, guys, so take this with a grain of salt. However, you do have a lot of bull divs forming on the daily, on the 2-day. That could give you a decent move up. I would look for a move up to your value area high at 24 cents before looking for, like, real significant resistance. I don't know if I feel comfortable making a call on this one, guys. Like, when I can't call it, like, when it's not clear, I don't like to really... I don't really like to, make a decisive call on this because I don't want to mislead anybody. And I know you guys know this is never financial advice, but you got to assume that people are probably listening to this. So these are really the resistance levels I would look at on Quant. I'll leave it. I mean, oh my God, I keep saying Quant. On Phantom. But there you go. I'll put the levels here so you guys can read them and screenshot them. But there you go. 2-day, even if that 2-day bull div winds up playing out, I'll give you guys a bigger level to look at. On the macro, if that 2-day bull div gives you a massive move, that's a key level of resistance right there. You could screenshot those levels as well. So there you go. If this 2-day bull div winds up playing out massively, I would expect that to bring you up into this purple box. But if that daily red dot comes to strike, you might get rejected more locally. It's kind of hard to call. In the long term, I'll say this. Your money flow looks a lot better, in my opinion, on Phantom than a lot of this other stuff. 4-day red dot fresh crossover, but maybe it doesn't look that bad. Very hard to call. I would look at this separately. Short term, you got a lot of business here, right? Short-term bounce likely. You can get a rejection here. Maybe you shoot up to this golden pocket or this purple box. That's the local plan. These are the local levels. I would take these separately. Local levels live within here. If you have more of a macro outlook, I would be looking at this more as a 2-day bull div or as a bull divs forming on the higher time frames. Lower lows on your price action. Higher lows on your momentum waves. The 2 days actually printing it. If this is going to play out like a higher daily bull div would likely play out, this definitely has the possibility to bring you back up into this purple box here. So I would just separate it with long term and short term, or separate it short term and then long term. So there you go. A little bit dicey on Phantom, so take that with a grain of salt. Hey, shout out to Crypto Face in the chat. Let's go. Oh, God, let's go. Shout out to, bro. Shout out Face, bro. Thank you so much for that, man. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Crypto Face in the chat. Dude, they were saying something, bro. They're saying something about, a secret coming out. And I think they think I know something that they don't. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I hope these rumors are true, Face. I really do, bro. I'm pumped. But yeah, shout out to Crypto Face, guys. Show Crypto Face some love in the chat. Let's get it. Thank you for the super chat, bro. But yeah, that is let's go. I was let's go. Face in the place. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Crab Man. But guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time we got for the live stream tonight. Again, Phantom looking a little shady. My biggest word of advice here would be not financial advice, obviously, just personal advice. Separate this one short term, long term, because this is a little bit conflicting in my opinion. But let's see. Yeah, shout out to B Team Crypto. Says, Market Cypher money flow will change your life. Ask Captain Kirk. Yeah, guys, you guys know me. Money flow is life, guys. It's money flow feels like cheating. It's just like Brick John says CF the GOAT. Let's get it. Guys, let's get the Market Cypher logo in the chat. If you have a Frankie Candles membership, spam that Market Cypher logo in the chat. You guys know we're sponsored by Market Cypher. Shout out to Money Flow and shout out to Crypto Face, the GOAT. Let's get it. Let's go. Yeah, let's get it. V-Slim said, can you kick BTC in the nuts on your way out and make it drop? I'm in a short at the moment. Let's go. There we go. There's the Market Cypher logo in the chat. I love it. But guys, let's pull up that wheel of pain and pleasure and go ahead and see if we can get some giveaways here. Let's see. All right. Bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to Crypto Face in the chat, guys. Let's get it. Man, I didn't know about Crypto Face for a while, but now I think he has the biggest heart of anyone I've ever heard. Wick, I can 100% back that up, man. Crypto Face is beyond all. Crypto Face is one of the realest human beings you'll ever meet. And I appreciate that a lot, especially in today's age. There's not a lot of real people out there, man. And like Crypto Face is just like the most authentic human being you'll ever meet. And it's like you see him on the stream and like he's entertaining and he's just so real. And then you meet him in real life and you're just like, he's also one of the funniest people I've ever met. But for real, he's like one of the realest people. And like when we met, we didn't meet, but not when we met, but when I saw him in Bitcoin at Bitcoin Miami this year, I was like, bro, we got to get a picture. And we took it. And he said, hey, bro, like, let's take a picture, but can you not post it? Like, can we just take it to take a picture and just for us to have it? And I was like, bro, I wish more people were like that. Like, it's like I wish more people, like, everyone wants to do it for the post. Everyone wants to do it for the clout or, like, do it for the likes or do it for whatever. And, like, why can't we just take a picture to take a picture? Because it was cool to see each other. And, like, that's, like, something I respect over everything. And Crypto Face really is, like, one of the realest people ever. So shout out to Face. And Market Cypher emojis got me dying. But let's get this spin going, guys. Let's go. How many likes did we get? We got 407 likes, guys. That is, yeah, like even yesterday, like we were talking about Chusei Crypto's GoFundMe, and like Face is in here. It's like, dang, I gotta go donate. Like this is like the type of person that Face is. So, definitely commendable. But yeah, 407 likes, guys. If we could get it to 550 by the end of the stream, I don't know. I'll give away something crazy. But yeah, we'll spin it 4 times. I'll be honest, guys. As Bitcoin continues to just like grind sideways and the views are down a little bit, it's kind of hard to get the likes up. But we just gave away a bunch of stuff for 50K subscribers. So I'm probably gonna take advantage of these four spins here. Because like now we got to start eating beans and stuff because we gave all our money away on the 50K subscriber stream. But yeah, let's see. Wick589 says that's the stuff I'm talking about. Like he gets real. He gets stirred up about stuff that actually matters. He feels about the stuff that people should feel about, but they're too tired or whatever. Yeah, 100%, man. But here we go. 1, 2. There we go. 2 giveaways out of 4. I'll give you guys one more. Here we go. We'll do one more for good luck. Give him a giveaway. Let's go. Bada-boom. Let's see. All right, there we go. Give him another. Okay, so we got 3 giveaways. Who do we got in? I know Rob left. I think Rob usually is usually doing the giveaways. At Tony, oh no, who's it? Billy's in here. Let's go. I'm sure Tony. I'm sure a lot of the mods are in here. But yeah, if one of the mods can mark that down for the giveaways, add 3 to Friday's giveaway. And with all that being said, guys, I think that is all we got time for on tonight's live stream. Hold up. Wait a second. No, it's not. Whew. Yo, you guys got me tripping. Someone said, Frankie, one more because it's Friday. Oh, wait, did I say that? Guys, I'm lost. You just made me think it was Friday, though, for a second. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was an awesome giveaway. Shout out to Como Say Comas. Thank you for being here, bro. But yeah, guys, that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Sorry, I'm getting lost in chat here. Is it too late to claim from last Friday? No. Ben Frank. No, it is not. Shout out to Ben Frank. But yeah, no, it's not too late. You have a week to claim it, right? So if you won it last week, you have until this weekend or this Friday. Sorry, guys, I'm at like 0 brain function right now. You have until tomorrow's giveaway to claim it, so you still have time. Shout out to Lost Prophet. Said, Frankie, you're a goat. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. But yeah, third day of the month. But number 1 in my heart. Shout out to Bailey Armstrong. Guys, really quickly, before we end the show, I mean, we just did the wheel spins. I'm just doing a sign out here. Really quick, guys, bear with me. I want to share something with you. Guys, Bailey, again, Ben's actual brother. It's not like a bit. But Bailey's in here all the time, and he loves the Candle Mafia. He hangs out with us on the stream all the time. Obviously, I see him every day at the office. He's one of my friends. But I do want to say something here, guys. He works at Hit Network with us, obviously. And I do just want to let you guys know that Bailey, if you guys are interested in Rainbow Six Siege, Bailey, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that's what he said he was streaming. But I will say this, guys. Bailey streams on Twitch, and we want to give him a little. Kickstart here. We want to give him a little kickstart. And oh my God, this is crazy. I'm gonna have to open up. Oh, that's so annoying. Tony D. Tony, if you're in here, I'm about to slack you Bailey's thing here. Please, for the love of God, I hope Tony's in here. I'm sure he is. He literally always is. But I slacked you his link. I want to share it. If you guys are interested in gaming and you guys want to watch Bailey stream some Rainbow Six Siege, I'm not sure what else he streams. But yeah, Bailey, someone logged me out of my account, and let me see if I can get back in, because people always log me out of my account because they're trying to do something on the account, whatever it is, post a short, post a poll, something like that, and it kicks me out, and I can't chat in my own chat. Okay, here we go. I got it. Oh, there we go. Tony D sharing it. Yeah, see, I knew Tony D. Tony D was probably sitting there ready to spam it. So yeah, guys, go ahead and check out Bailey on Twitch. He said, I am undeserving. Thanks, Frankie. Love you, bro. I love you back, Bailey. And dude, listen. You are like super deserving, bro. Super deserving. It's like we were talking the other day, and he mentioned that he streams on Twitch, and I had no idea. And I was like, dude, I had no idea you streamed. And I was like, why don't you let me know that, bro? And he's like, oh, I never mentioned it because I didn't want you to think that. And I was like, dude, the fact that you didn't mention it because you thought that I would think that you were trying to promote makes me want to promote it, dude. So shout out to Bailey. So yeah, go check him out. Click that link and go check him out on Twitch. But guys, with all that being said, that's all the time we got on tonight's live stream. I appreciate every single one of you guys for being in here. Shout out to Crypto Face for that $100 super chat, bro. I really do appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with the Mafia. I know they love when you pop in here. So with all that being said, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same time. Hopefully Bitcoin does something exciting so we don't have to sit here and just look at sideways price action again. But I'll see you guys here. Same place, same time. 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Look, some people love me, and they don't even know I have a hard time loving myself. Some people judge me, and they don't even know I have a hard time judging myself. Life gets
ugly. But I grab a paintbrush and paint a pretty smile on myself. Mouth stay shut even when I need help. In too deep in the water, Mike Phelps. Swimming lessons. I still got many unanswered questions. Sick of the anger, sick of depression. Wanna be grateful, count your blessings. Just give me my salad, you keep the dressing. Cause I'm cream of the crop. He paid the price, I'm worth a lot. He told me go, why would I stop? Rest on my thoughts, jump off the tire. D-Lo Brown with the frog splash. Leaps of faith, what I call that. If you hit my line for the old me, when I hang up on you, don't call back. I ain't gon' block my blessings, I'd rather block your number. Life taught me so many lessons, Been down bad, never under. That's breath in my lungs. Some people die young, where I come from. Woke up and gave thanks to Father and Son. Filled with the Spirit, I shine like the sun. Ghost in me, but I ain't haunted. Bad vibes, keep them, don't want it. Pride hard to swallow, doggone it. And you were really never my opponent. I ain't fighting evil, man, they hearts black. They wanted my life, told them back. Got an itch for sin, can't scratch that. Keep the truth loaded in the black gap. Just know if I said it, I meant it, and they gon' take it back. Learn the game brighter than my granddaddy's Cadillac. Young man, old song, imagine that. Ain't in my control, gotta pray, let them handle that. God hit my line, gave me to play. Roger that, game time. Alright, you hate like a running back. If you ain't catch everything I said, better run it back. Eating up this beat, break bread, where your sandwich at, y'all? Thought I was done? No, this beat ain't like Kobe, I'm too full. My God, took old mode, he too cold. I'm skating on beats, froze on with the flow.
They try to take it, I'm getting it back. And if they hit me, they gotta get taxed. I'm making hit after hit after hit, and I promise you, boy, every one of them slap. Hop on a verse and I body it quick. They never work, and it's why we don't mix. I don't got time for the faking. I swear that I'll always say real, something they never did. Oh, they saying that I'm up next. I told them that I'm up now. Promise I came for the next. I needed honeys on hundreds, cause that's what I'm worth. Show me the finish, I'm getting it first. Show me the best, and that's me and my worst. I need that money, I'm getting it now. I'm at the top, but I started way down. I told them hundreds of times that I'm really done waiting. I swear that I came for the crown. Oh, you should go ahead and write over. I was in a 4, leveled up to the Rover. Feeling like Blake, I'ma put him on a poster. I don't really play when it come to my checks. I've been in the gym, so you know I gotta flex. If I shoot a shot, then it's gonna be a wet dog. I'm coming for these meals, I ain't taking no less. Yeah, I ain't really taking no less. Now they tryna send me that text. I ain't hit them back, they stress. I needed honeys on hundreds, cause that's what I'm worth. Show me the finish, I'm getting it first. Show me the best, and that's me and my worst. I need that money, I'm getting it now. I'm at the top, but I started way down. I told them hundreds of times that I'm really done waiting. I swear that I came for the crown.
Shout out to Dave Digital for making our new favorite emoji. Shout out to Dave Digital, but also call the cops on him, if that makes sense. Like, thanks for the emoji, Dave. We love it. It's super fun, but also go to jail. I'm just kidding. Not really. We love you, Dave. Shout out to Dave Digital. It's crazy that someone literally was like, hey, make an inhaler emoji, and then Dave just 5 minutes later goes, Tony, check your Discord DMs, and then 30 seconds later, boom, there's the inhalers. Unbelievable. Shout out to Dave Digital, though. We love you, bro. And shout out to I don't know what to do on the Frankie Fake Out, guys. I didn't really think through what I was gonna do here. But shout out to Creighton C, who was working on his driveway, which whatever that means. But he's still look at that dedication, guys. He was working on his driveway, and he's still tuned in to the Frankie Candles live stream. So shout out to the whole Candle Mafia. I appreciate all you guys. I'll see you next time. Hasta pasta, bing bong. Go check out frankiecandles.com and go get yourself a Haikanashi Candle Mafia hat. Shout out to you guys. That's all I got. Bing bong.
top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor.